Hey guys, it's Empress, and I'm on Loose Lips with my boys, Ike and Tim. Let's get to it.
Hey, Tim.
Hey, Ike, how are you?
I am good. It's been a while.
I know. Oh my gosh, we've been all over the place.
I know. We have been, New York, Providence, Orlando,
Florida, yeah.
Yep, traveling, doing 50
All
Shades
over
of
the
Gay.
place. Well, firstly, we forgot to say welcome to Loose
Lips. It's been a minute, but we're glad to be back.
Absolutely.
And we went right from summer to fall.
Yeah, and now tonight there's this huge rainstorm passing through again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God I have a sump pump.
Oh, right.
Yeah, otherwise, I would have a rowboat, and
Exactly.
it's crazy.
You
But
woke up
Tim-
and you're in the wet bed again.
Yeah, waterbed. Yeah. Our episode, as always, is sponsored by Überlube.
We love Überlube. Yay.
Yes. Überlube.com. Get all their products. They have travel size, big bottles, small bottles.
Mhm.
And as Tim says,
I say a lot of things, but probably, well, you can use it on your hair as a sheen, seriously.
Yeah.
Or you can use it as a lube. So if you don't use it on one end, you can use it on the other.
there you go. And so that little bit of time that we've been away, Tim, we are still getting so many listeners, and we're blowing up around the world. We are now in Phoenix, Arizona, Buffalo, New York, Williamstown, New Jersey, and North Providence, Rhode Island.
Woohoo! And we're also international.
Yes.
We have some wonderful friends in the UK like Derby and Swindon, Maidstone, and Bristol, and North Vancouver in Canada, and also Frankfurt, Germany. Yay!
Mhm. I think it's time to get our passports updated.
Absolutely.
So let's, as our first guest says, let's just get right into it, okay?
Yes.
Our first guest is a YouTube sensation with over 1 million views on her page. She has a Patreon account, which you can join and suggest videos for her to react to, which I love. I have to tell you, I'm a big fan of it. I watch every single one. I'm a stalker. I'm going to admit it. And she has, critiqued some of my faves. So, yeah, we're going to talk about that, too. She has a store where you could purchase all her incredible sayings on T-shirts like, "It's more than a statement." And she also has some great little mottos like "Fire Bob" and "Tens across the board." Yes.
But she's also an author. And also her husband, Pressure, who has written a collection of highly successful books, which includes the series Ambition, Beyond the Streets, Love and Loyalty.
Oh.
We are so happy to have her here today. Are you ready?
Let's get to it.
Please welcome Empress. Yay!
Empress. Thank you for coming on our show.
Yes.
No. Thank you guys for inviting me. And Tim, wait a minute, I have to ask, right? So I'm looking at your hair. I'm loving it. It's all shiny and sheen. Is that Überlube?
No, I did use Überlube a couple days ago, but not on my hair.
That is fantastic.
How are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm on the East Coast too, so I've been getting that nasty, ill weather. Yeah.
This summer has been a rain out at times. The last couple of weeks, we had a couple of the remnants from that storm, and we were getting flooded.
Jeez. You guys are in New York?
Yeah, I'm in New York.
New Jersey.
New Jersey. Okay, you guys are Northern. I'm in the South, so.
And where?
The South in Georgia.
Oh, Georgia.
Oh.
Yeah.
We just did a show there about 1.5 years ago. Was it?
Oh, yeah?
In Augusta, Georgia.
Augusta, the country. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I love
Atlanta.
Atlanta is such a fierce city. Yeah.
Yes, it is. I love it.
Well, that was actually where we're going to go all the way back. So, where were you born and raised?
Yeah, so I was born here in Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, I've been here my whole life.
Yeah.
I
Wow.
traveled
Nice.
around. I traveled around a bit, but Atlanta is like my favorite place. No matter what state I'm in, it's nothing like Atlanta, the city. Tim, to your point, is so much like culture in the city, and
Mm,
Atlanta just has its own different vibe where you
yep.
still get that southern hospitality, but you get that fierceness too.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
But
Yeah.
I was
I
on
was actually in Atlanta. I think it was because everybody talks about Peachtree and
Mhm.
right.
I,
I was just going
I
to say, yeah,
yeah,
people
yeah.
everywhere.
I
You gotta go
loved
to
it over there.
Buckhead. You guys hit up Leonard Square.
But the food, the nightlife. Oh,
Yes,
let me
this
tell
is
you, I had a
it.
good time. Had a great time.
Well, you're probably too young for this because I was on the road back in the 80s, in the early 80s,
Mhm.
and I had never seen this happen before or since. But Atlanta had went through this huge boom with like Ted Turner. They were
Okay.
investing a lot in the development of the city,
Mhm.
and we had went in and we had did a show in Atlanta, and I'm very good with like mapping out. Like once I go to a city, I can come back and I can usually find my way around.
Right.
Because you know this, but you turn left at that building, and then you got this building over here. I went back about 6 months later to do another show, and that whole city had changed. In
Wow,
Wow.
really?
6 to 8 months, it just boomed, and just I've never seen a city do that before. And
Changes
then
Mm.
drastically.
yeah,
Yeah.
it was amazing. But oh, I love Atlanta, love Atlanta.
Yes, love for the A.
Yeah. Do you travel outside of Atlanta? Do you come to like New York at all, or?
Yeah, so I've never actually been to New York. I think the furthest north I've ever been is Ohio.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
Yeah.
pretty cool. I mean, it was okay. I'm not trying to like hate on my Ohio,
Yeah.
impressionist.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I love
We've been to some
Ohio.
cities.
But
Yeah.
it is a different culture
Yeah.
there. And
Yes, very. Yes, yes.
well,
We were out in
you need,
Columbus, I think.
yeah, you need to come to New York City.
Yes.
I think you could hang in New York. I think you would have a good time here.
I think so too. All right, maybe a trip in the future. We gotta link up.
Hell yeah. Totally. Yeah. So tell us about your YouTube page, right? Yeah, I know, I'm dying. How did this come about, and what started with the reaction videos?
Yeah, so essentially, I think I'm coming up on like a year anniversary because I think I've been doing this now for almost a year.
Yep.
Time goes by so fast.
Mhm.
Of course, like everybody else, COVID
Yeah.
had a lot of time on my hands, so
Yeah, right.
I was reading this Olivia Newton-John book, and as I'm reading it, I'm like, I want to like listen to her music, right? Because I'm reading it.
Yeah.
I like her sense of humor. I'm laughing. I'm like,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
she's optimistic. And so at that same time, I come across this video by these two guys, twins with the new trend, and they were reacting to Dolly Parton's Jolene, and I was like,
Uh-huh.
what is this?
Yeah.
like, I was like, huh? Okay, so then I'm like, would it be cool if I like documented my whole discovering Olivia Newton-John's music as I'm
Right.
listening or as I'm reading her book? So I started, and essentially it was I was hopelessly devoted to Olivia.
Wow, that's right. No pun intended, right? Yeah, right.
But didn't she have just such a pretty voice?
Yes,
Uh-huh.
again, like I would say still to this day, my top three, like Olivia Newton-John, like her voice just does something to my spirit where it's just like she's singing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. It's just she's got the voice of an angel, really. It's just she could go up and down, the whisper notes. It's just great.
Excellent. And so it started there, and like literally, so shout out to all my O and J impressionists.
Yes.
And impressionist is the name that my community decided to name themselves. So they are the impressionists. So I'm shouting them out.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, and so my following really began there, right? With them, like they are the true day ones.
Yeah.
And so from there, it happened where people started like leaving comments like react to. I was like, huh, what is this? So I just started reacting to it, and essentially I got swallowed up in this Madonna world because people started leaving like, hey, react to this. I saw erotica change my whole life. I was like,
Yeah.
at this point as an artist, what is this? So I had to go all the way back. So now I'm on the Madonna journey.
You even watched, I think, our full concert when I was watching one of them, didn't it? Right?
I think Tooo.
Yeah.
The Like a Prayer. No, not Like a Prayer. The Like a Virgin tour, the first one. And the Who's That Girl tour.
Okay.
I actually went to that.
Oh, what?
I've been to almost, because I'm like Tim, pretty up there in age, but I saw the very first Madonna.
Wow.
I take Geritol every night. Right? I watched. I went to the very first one. I went to Who's That Girl? Blonde Ambition. Oh my God. Almost all of them.
That's the one that you tell me about. That one, the Blonde Ambition. Everybody's like, wait till you see it. So I can't wait to see it.
Yeah, I was just going to suggest watch Blonde Ambition. Absolutely.
And another one I think is Reinvention Tour, which she completely redid her songs, which is I saw that one was incredible.
Yeah, Madonna is no joke. She's a good one. She's definitely a good one to.
This journey, I respect it. Because I came into it, I just knew of her like as a cultural figure, of course, controversial. Didn't really know her music, but since I've been like doing this in chronological order from the demos, right, when she was the Breakfast Club. I respect her grind so much in her talent as well. I think she is, and this might sound crazy, but I think she's highly underrated as an artist.
In your generation. Yeah. Okay. She really is. Because
Hours she was
highly regarded. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, her tours alone are probably the highest grossing tours in all time. In the beginning, I think all the way to the very end. I saw MDNA, which was absolutely insane too. As the tours went on, she progressed, and they just really became so over the top. They were incredible.
And the one thing about Madonna, she always delivers. Always delivers. Yeah. And you never know what to expect.
Yes. I said that so many times in the videos, like, whoa, wasn't expecting this.
Right. So Olivia Newton-John, Madonna, and is that when you started to get so many requests that you were a little bit overwhelmed, like with so many of people coming in? And
so I'm almost ironically you say that, right? Because I'm almost now at 100 patrons, and I know we're going to talk about my Patreon page. So that's where like people can request the songs that they want me to react to. Because again, initially I was just so focused on like this Olivia Newton-John journey. But Madonna came and derailed that, and it became a Madonna journey.
Right.
And so now I'm at the point where I'm close to 100 Patreons, which is so cool. And I have like so many tiers. And again, my Patreons, they are the best because they understand, like, I literally have a backlog every month. But don't worry, I'm going to get to you.
You're going to get it.
That was a question I had was because you get all these recommendations, like, oh, you got to watch this, you got to watch that. Do you ever get people that if you don't watch what they ask you to, did they get pissed?
So I do. So no. I didn't mean it like I do, but I meant like, so what happens is I react to whatever, because that's the whole thing with Patreon. Whatever you want me to react to, I react to it as long as it's under 10 minutes. I'm thinking about like shortening that time because these 7-minute tracks are kind of long.
They're long,
Right.
So most of the time, I would say I have like very gracious Patreons. They are understandable. I might have a couple who might get mad if I don't give their songs 10s across the board.
Yes.
They say it's a fire song.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I don't want to like water down my content because I think like that's
Right.
why you guys watch me, because I'm being honest
Yep.
and truthful in
Right.
my reaction. So I don't want to just be like, oh, Tibbs, because you're like, this is my
Yeah.
favorite song. No,
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
and I have seen you be honest too, because one of my favorite singers is Sheena Easton.
okay,
And-
Sheena,
And you have been, you have been going in. So you like her a lot, but the one that I loved was Lover and Me, and I don't think you took too much on that one.
No,
it
that was
was-
that New Jack Swing
Yeah.
Huh?
Yep.
Like the video didn't fit her, the hair didn't fit her.
Yeah, the hair wasn't it. Yeah.
No, like the chorus was okay, but
Yeah.
not my favorite Sheena.
Yeah. Strut
So-
was good though. Strut was good.
But no, a song off that album, 101.
Oh,
Ooh, that was
Yeah.
crazy. Like
that is
was
dark.
crazy.
It's dark. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
So what was like one of your favorite like 10s across the board?
Oh, okay. It's been a lot of those. So
Well, name them
talk-
off.
I could talk all day about like Madonna's 10s across the board. Like
Yeah.
one that was kind of controversial is Shooby Doo from the Like a Virgin
Yes.
album.
Oh
That
yes.
song goes hard. Shooby Doo.
Ooh, la, la. Yeah, I love that.
But
Love it.
apparently, like some people like hate this song. I was like, 10s across the board. It's a slap.
Awesome. Yeah, I like the songs that aren't as popular sometimes off the album.
Mm-hmm.
But see, I don't even know, right? And I think that's the beauty of it
I love
because,
it.
yeah, I never even heard this before. And to me, I just like really love that song from Madonna. That was one of my favorites. I think underrated tracks of hers.
Yeah.
If you talk about artists outside Madonna, I heard this dramatic, what is it? Turn around. run
Now and
around.
then got a little bit longer and da 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 da.
Bonnie Tyler.
Yes.
10s across the board, a
Yeah,
slap.
that was
I heard
good.
one by the KLF and Tammy Wynette. I was like, what? Tammy Wynette?
Yes.
Just
Damn.
like Ancient?
Yup.
That
Yep.
was the bop. Let me see. I'm trying to think because there's been so many. Anything almost Barbara Streisand is a bop.
Oh,
Almost.
yes.
That's my baby
That's
girl.
our girls. Yeah, we love her.
Like Barbara come on with those hums.
Well, yeah. Exactly.
Hold those notes
Oh
forever.
my God. Right? Now,
Sustain the notes.
Now, Empress, did you ever hear the song that she? Oh, what's it from? A Star Is Born. She did it live on stage.
No, I haven't heard anything from that. I haven't even seen that movie.
Evergreen or
I used to watch it.
Woman in the Moon.
oh yeah.
Patreon,
About.
can I request that? Let me next month. Let's get Women in the Moon.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but I'm joining Patreon. I'm becoming a fan. I don't care.
Oh, I'll be
Yeah.
requesting a few of them.
Yeah.
But
Totally.
Now, where did you get your taste for music? Like you've obviously, and your honesty just shines through
Right.
because you're like, oh yeah, I love that. Listen to that. It's so cool. So where did you develop that love of music or that sensitivity to the music?
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking for.
Ooh, that's a great word, sensitivity
Yeah.
to the music. And that's a great question. And ironically, it's from Michael Jackson, right? Because
Oh.
Michael Jackson is my ultimate, like,
Oh.
number one, can't be the throne, nobody
Yeah.
better.
Yeah.
Like, I would put Madonna up there in the rings, but
Yeah.
MJ's still going to be number one for me. So I would say it literally comes from, like, listening to Michael Jackson, because any Michael Jackson fan will tell you, like, Smooth Criminal, you hear the man heartbeat.
Yeah.
So an artist who is so into their music like that, and again, I was a Michael Jackson fan to where, like, literally, I think maybe I wanted to be Michael Jackson at one point.
Yeah.
Like, I'm walking around with, like, gloves on and stuff.
Yep.
And this is in the 2000s now, okay? Like,
Yeah. Right.
so,
You were still feeling it.
yeah, so I'm like obsessed with Michael Jackson, and I'm like just listening to his music and how he created, and he wrote a lot of his songs too.
Mhm.
Once Thriller came about, and so I would just listen intently. And from there, Olivia Newton-John, I start listening to some of her songs from Greece. I had seen
Yeah.
Greece for the first time in like the 2000s. And I was like, summer loving, happy
Yeah.
Something happened so fast.
See, with Olivia, it's a lot going on, like her vocal technique. Like it's breathy, but then it can be full. And then she does a lot of these runs and riffs. And so I'm just, and again, I am an aspiring singer myself. So I like used to write music and songs. And so when you like sing, when you start out, you have to kind of like emulate somebody.
Right.
And so I would just begin just listening and be like, okay, ooh, if I do a song, I'm going to do like a riff like that or something. So that's where all the music comes from.
Yeah. Well, Barbara Streisand was my music teacher. I emulated her and learned how to hold the void, hold the breath, the breathing, and the vocal. And she's the one, she doesn't know it, but she's taught me how to do it.
We're going to message her tonight.
Okay.
Hey, check this out. Speaking of Barbara, I actually heard like this sexy Barbara song. It kind of like shocked me. I was like, oh, Barbara getting sexy here. It's like, honey, can I put on your clothes?
Oh,
From Songbird.
The Songbird. Whoa, now that song had me almost in tears.
Yeah,
but
I think that track is from Songbird. I think that you mentioned the honey. Can I put on your clothes?
The one with the dog when she's like,
yeah. It's so funny because your taste in music, it's because Barbara Streisand, Michael Jackson, Olivia Newton-John, we love that. And also too, like I think about the icons, how you put Madonna and Michael Jackson and Prince was also like epic. And growing up in this late 70s and 80s, that's who I used to listen to as well.
It's great. I mean, it's just like so many good artists I've discovered, like Donna Summer, like
yes. Oh, honey, we've got to introduce you to Little Richard.
Yeah.
I haven't heard any Little Richard except Tutti Frutti.
Elvis Presley.
I heard one Elvis song. I think it was called like Suspicious Minds.
Yeah.
And
Sissy Houston was singing background vocal on that.
And I said, shout out to the background. It was slapping.
Yeah, totally.
Whitney's mother.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Yep. And then also too, there was another one. Who was it? Oh, darn it. She was a great singer and I don't remember. I don't believe I don't remember now. Oh, how can I forget? Patti LaBelle. Have you ever?
I was just going to say Patti, yeah.
So I heard, ironically, I heard a Patti song that Olivia Newton-John did first, and then Patti did it later. It's called Boats Against the Current.
Yep.
And I explained like two different songs, two different singers, right? It's almost like that Michael and Prince comparison. Like I don't understand how people can compare them. I mean, I get it from an aesthetic from the 80s, but from a musicality standpoint, there is no comparison. Like they're apples and oranges, and they both excel at what they're good at.
Exactly. They took their own, take on the song, and I love Patti. I mean, the first song. I don't know if you ever watched this. She was doing, I think it was the Motown anniversary special, and she came out and she sang "You'll Never Walk Alone."
Oh no, never seen it.
I mean, I cried.
I was like, request this.
I gotta write this down. I'm writing this down.
I have to tell you, I loved your reaction video to Michael Jackson doing the moonwalk in the Motown 25. Oh my God, that was classic. Because you were losing it. You're just, oh my God.
Yeah.
Because I remember watching that live, and I did the exact same thing. I was like, oh my God, what did he do? Oh my God. Oh.
But that's what I mean. Like, that's why Michael is like number one for me, because there is nobody who I've seen ever. Like, this whole Drake and Michael thing is so stupid. Like, there's no comparison.
I know.
Like, when has Drake ever hit the stage and people just fell out? Like,
and we're talking of music industry audience. We're talking people that were in the industry that were on their feet screaming for him.
Yeah, that was insane. Insane. Never forget those moments that you don't get that now. Like I was watching the
Right.
MTV Music Awards, and I'm just like, there was nothing epic that stood out to me. It's just
So spoiler alert, spoiler alert. So I haven't posted this yet. I actually just filmed it today.
Oh, cool.
A patron requested that I do this Janet Jackson Would You Mind concert. So you mentioned the MTV Awards. So I'm like, oh snap. This is where Normani and Tiana Taylor got that whole thing
the whole
from.
thing. Yep.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, wow, like, okay, is anything original?
That'll be a hard no. Yeah, when you watch Janet, even Janet, my God.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen some of those music award where she did
No,
like
I just mean this is my first live Janet. No, I saw that Black Cat
yeah.
live song. I was like, whoa, Janet did like rock.
Yeah.
She slapped, but this Would You Mind? First, she looked so good. First of
Yeah.
all, her body was so
Gorgeous.
snatched.
Right?
Yep, gorgeous. Yep. Totally.
But
Oh,
no, and honestly, people tell me like I should after I finish Madonna take a Janet journey. I'm like,
yeah.
I go
Hell yeah.
Yeah, Janet would be good, definitely.
Totally. From the beginning, you got to start at the beginning. Because watching her transform like that girl next door, and then she went from that album right to Control. And it was such a drastic
Rhythm Nation.
Rhythm Nation right after.
Yeah.
Interesting. And you know what? So that's the cool thing about like doing this journey, because into like with Madonna, I've been so shocked because like that first album, she's like very like, and that's still my favorite era right now because she was just so cool. And it was like this natural coolness to her. Like she wasn't trying. She was just being like this cool girl who was like living in this New York City with her Bengals. And then like the Like a Virgin era kind of tripped me out because it was kind of like a little like Disney a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Right?
but
The
it was
outfit and
cool.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like this whole True Blue, like she misses Penn, a little bit more reserved. I'm like,
Yeah.
cause she dumped this guy. Okay, so we can get back to the fun.
Because when she hit the scene, that was the main thing about Madonna was, excuse my French, but she didn't give a shit.
No.
She did not, and she was the first female artist to walk out and go, yeah, you don't like it? I don't care if you don't like it. She did what she wanted to do when she wanted to do it. She was the first female artist to do that.
Yeah.
And that's why like I like really respect her because to your point, and I even like noticed that just by doing other reactions because I'm like, there was no artist like her in that early 80s period. Like it was nothing like that.
Yeah, she was creating looks. She was creating sounds that weren't similar on the radio. And that's what I loved about the 80s. The 80s was so eclectic. So many different kinds of music. It was country, R&B, pop. It was rap. Everything you could think of. The hair bands. It was amazing.
Anything went. Fashion, music, film, anything. Yeah.
And throw in Boy George.
Yeah.
Ooh, and talk about vocals. I've been impressed by some of his vocals.
Yeah.
Like I heard a song called Victims. Victims we know so well.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, he can sing.
Yeah, he was really good. He was soulful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. So
I have to tell you, Empress, when I watch your reaction videos, you take me back to the first time I saw these artists, which I want to thank you for.
Yeah.
It's so nice seeing someone being introduced to these and just, again, your honest reaction, because a lot of your reactions were my reactions at that time. So thank you. I so appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yep. Yeah, definitely during the pandemic. I probably in February, when I first caught you, and I started watching all the videos, and I do to this day. So yeah, totally.
Thank you guys. Wow. And you know what? I think that's the most cool thing about this whole community because like my intention wasn't even like to connect people in a sense, right? I didn't even think that was going to happen. I just thought, okay, well, I'll just document this. I don't even know if anybody's going to watch this. Who cares? Right?
Yep. Yeah,
but
you don't know.
But not only that, like the people are just like the best because everybody really comes with like thoughtful comments, and like when I
Right.
ask questions, I really am asking a question.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
give
Yeah.
me the
You're
answer.
interested to know.
So yeah, I love it. So again, thank you guys just for the support, because I didn't
Uh,
even know like it was like such a lifeline like this, but I'm
that
really happy.
and that to me is rewarding right there, because
Mhm.
when you have people that are coming together and there's no hate involved in a video, and and people are appreciating the music and the comments, I love it. So yeah, thank you.
And I remember like earlier on, right, when I started doing like some reactions, and
Yeah.
people would get like mad, like, oh, how could you say you don't like this song? And I'm like, chill, Madonna, Olivia Newton-John, Boy George,
Yeah.
George Michael Jackson, these
Oh,
folks
no.
have gotten paid, and
Yeah.
this
Oh
song
yeah.
was a
Yeah.
flop.
Yeah. Right. I was telling you,
Exactly.
you're
Like,
bringing
it's not
it
okay.
back.
But the thing is that you're just so authentic when you
Yeah.
do it, and that's what
Yeah.
people feel, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They feel your authenticity.
And
Well, thank you.
congrats on the 1,000,000 views too. That's
Yeah.
epic. Think about that in a year. That's huge.
Yeah.
But you know what? It's all really because of the patrons. I didn't even realize how many or how much content that like I was putting out.
Uh-huh.
But again, when you are doing something that you enjoy, you don't see it as stressful, or you know, it's just like it's fun for me, and
Yeah.
I just live for like hitting up those comments, like,
Yeah.
you're right, or like, oh, we vibe, or you my
Yeah.
boy Tim, but we're not
Yeah.
vibing right now.
Right. And they almost like you. They're your friends, really, because you're commenting to each one of them, which is really, that speaks volumes.
Yeah, I try to. Now I'm a little bit more busier. So, but I definitely try to come in on all the Madonna reactions, just because we're in the journey together. So we got to talk.
Yeah. Yeah. And they're hardcore fans. They're hardcore.
Yeah.
So
And
they
it's
appreciate
always
it.
good to exchange, have some exchange.
Yeah.
Can I just, we're change subject real quick. Tell us a little bit about your hubby, about Pressure.
Yes.
Pressure. Okay, so Pressure is like my high school sweetheart.
I love that.
Yeah, I have like, let me see, 5 tattoos, and like 4 of them have something to do with him. So,
Oh,
wow.
wow. Cool. Oh my
yeah,
God. I
and
love
like
that.
he has this cool tattoo, like he has actually 2 tattoos of my face. So,
Oh, I love that. So you guys just knew, you were just attracted to each other and just knew, huh?
yeah, like literally, I was like working this fast food job, and so was he. But we
Yeah, I was just gonna say.
kind of like that. It really played out kind of similar to like the book. Like I saw him and I'm like, oh my gosh! But you know, I was like cool, like Madonna and Desperate Seeking Susan. So I'm not
Yes.
running,
Oh.
like I'm not thirsty, so I'm
Yeah,
not walking up.
Yes.
So like I went back to my job, and then I kind of like fangirled out, like, oh my gosh! So they're like, Empress, just please shut up. And so ironically, I happened to see him that night. He came to, I worked at this restaurant, and it stayed open 24 hours, but the inside closed. So we had like a drive-through.
Drive-through.
So like we were still in high school at the time, and he didn't have a car, so he had to like walk through the drive-through.
Yes. That's
Oh, I
in the
love
book.
it.
Yeah, so like they were making fun of him in their place, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's that boy. I gotta go see him. And so like I went up to the girl who was like working drive-thru. I'm like, hey, let me give this guy his food, okay? And she's like, what? I'm like, don't worry about it, just let me do it. And so I like give him his
I love
food,
this.
and I'm like, yeah. I was like, by the way, you're cute, right? But you know, I said it more cooler than that.
Yeah.
So from there, we've been like this, and like I just love him so much. And we got a dog named Mia Moore. She's a Siberian Husky. You guys may see her in some of the videos.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I'm trying to get him to actually come on a live with me one of these days. He's kind of camera shy, so we'll see.
So how long are you married?
So we've been together. I want to say this is in November would be 14 years. It's
Oh,
crazy.
wow.
And like, we're not even old. So
We'll take care of that for you over here. We're old. We got the old part.
But he's
we
also
got, we got married this year, actually.
Oh,
Oh,
congratulations.
oh, how
Mhm.
wonderful. But he is an author.
Yeah, so we co-wrote the book together, which was a very interesting experience. Because I would always say something like, when we get like 50 or something, like we should write a book to our kids. Like we don't even have kids yet, so I'm just thinking
Right.
ahead.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like,
Dedication's
write a book.
already.
Yeah, like write a book to our kids and like save all the text messages and stuff and like publish them, whatever. And so he was like, well, why don't we just write a book like now and like let's make it like a fiction book? And I was like, because me personally, I don't really like fiction books. I'm
Yeah.
more so of a autobiography type of person. Like I like to, I guess you guys can see in the reaction, I like to actually learn about like the people. I like
Right.
to know like the struggle and the motivation and all of that.
Yep.
So anyway, it took some convincing. So I was like, oh, okay. And so I've written songs before, so I know what like writer's block feels like, which is never fun. Like you're just like, words come to me.
Yeah, it could be a little frightening.
Exactly. And so, I mean, it was very kind of like passionate because some things he wouldn't like and that I wouldn't like, and then we would disagree. But then when it was really good, a relationship, it was good. It's like, this is the best. So I like to compromise. But other than that, though, I mean, I really felt like that was really cool that we did it together just because it's just like with music. When you work with somebody, the juices start. You guys know it. You're a duo. The juices start flowing.
Yep. Which is great. And then I want to bring up Ambition, Beyond the Streets, Love and Loyalty, which at the end of the show, we're going to have all the details, how to get it on Amazon.com. And this book, now I have a couple of questions, but I think you started to answer a few of them because you did work at Crystals. Was that fiction or was that the name of the place?
No, that was the name of the place.
Wow. So a lot of it in here.
I was wondering how much of this was biographical.
So, and what they say, like, when you write your first book, a lot of it is kind of like what you know, so to speak.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. So basically, because you were a hard worker. So you had two jobs. You were going to school, 17, and you had that attitude. You were going to make money. Even selling papers to your classmates. And like when you met Nard in the book, was that because obviously was Empress and Pressure kind of similar? Well, you did meet through the drive-through.
So basically, with Nard and Empress, so a lot of it is now that part where we meet is like real. Okay. The rest is kind of like fictional, right? I wasn't like as naive. Empress.
Yeah. Because I have to tell you, I kind of relate to Empress because when I was in my, oh my God, what am I lying about? Because in my 20s, I was saying, I was always into the bad boys.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, and as you get older, you do wisen up a little bit, but I haven't changed. I'm still going for the bad boys.
Let me find out.
It's that mystery, right? Watch out! I'm coming to Crystals, right? But it's that mystery in the guy, and it's like here, Empress is so smart. She's giving out paper. Well, not giving out, but writing papers for people to get good grades. She's working two jobs. She knows how to hustle to make money for her family. And yet, when it comes to a guy, which she's looking at all the good guys and saying, they're not for me. They're not for me. And here comes Nard, which you actually seen him at Burger King before you came up through the drive-thru, right?
Yeah, that's real life. That's real life.
Yeah. Wow.
See, that's incredible. I just love, because this book, I could not put it down. I'm telling you right now.
Thank you.
Could not put it down cover to cover. I was just, not only was it was funny, it was romantic, but it also took a turn, which I love. A little bit of action, a little bit of suspense. And it was just wonderful. And I'm thinking in my head, what's Empress going to do next? She found the guns first. You know, it's like
Get that part too.
yeah, I know.
Yes.
The
yes.
end.
Perfect.
I don't want to give it away if people haven't read it yet, but I'm sitting here thinking, yeah, I'm
a lot
getting
to
the
count. Poor Empress, right? And
Yeah.
like you said, Empress has some decisions she needs to make.
Yeah, and but I don't want to give it away.
But you know what? This kind of reminds me, like, right now, ironically, you say that, like, what's going on, like, Nicki Minaj, if you're following that story, and her husband, Kenneth, and the lady, the victim, was on the reel yesterday, and
and it's
all
all
the
like,
allegations that Nicki's paying people off.
yes, but my
it's
God.
crazy.
But the thing was, we always have somebody telling us, don't do it. Don't do it. And you had
like 5.
well, first it was your mom, because your mom knew before she even met him.
Who listened to
Mom always knows.
Yep. Your mom. Then it was Trap, and then the girl's grandma at the Crystals were like, she was even telling. And you know what? I was thinking, all right, grandma telling, Empress now. I think she's probably going to buy into it a little bit and say, you know what? She's telling the truth. I could feel it, and maybe I'll just back off a little. But Empress went. She went for him.
Who listens to grandma? Think about it. Y'all not getting in love. Like, grandma doesn't know what she's talking about.
I know.
Yeah, exactly. No, I've been there. I've been blinded by that love when everybody's like, lose him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I love you.
But
meanwhile, where's my ring? Oh, it's not here. Oh, I don't know. It's gone. It's
I know. Yeah. Go to dinner. When I got home, he stole my wallet. Now, how long did it take to write this book?
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm trying to think back. So the first book, probably we started writing that, I want to say like January, February. And we were probably through by like April.
Oh, during the pandemic?
No. I think we wrote that in like 2018, I think.
Okay.
So this is like before the pandemic.
Yeah.
But yeah, it didn't take that long, actually.
Wow.
And the thing is, like, I'm really, again, this comes from music, but I'm the type, I want to, like, wait a minute, let's read through it again. Let's read through it again. And he's like, let's just publish it. You can't keep reading the book over and over again.
Yeah. It was good. The characters, you fell for the characters. You really did, which is amazing. Like, I even fell, like, Danielle. Like, I was like, oh no, what's going on with Danielle here? Because she's calling, to make sure that Nard gets out. And I'm like, oh God, something's going to happen to Danielle. I know it.
And what's so funny though is like, and again, I guess is just like singing on stage, because a lot of the times singers have to become actors, right? When they're acting out these emotions, because you might not necessarily be sad, right? But you have to sing the sad song and convey that emotion. And so as a writer, oftentimes you like get into like these characters' head. And the cool thing about the book is that me and Pressure, we kind of like split up the characters. So some characters I took on writing, and then some characters he took on writing. So it's pretty cool. But we are always the characters of like an Empress or a Nard session. But then sometimes like I would be like, Nard wouldn't say that. And so,
right. You got it in.
Write a Nard section. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, when you co-write together, it's really great because you could always pick each other's brains too. It's like, and it's good because if you agree on it, you goes in, but you don't want to fight about it. That's
But we did that. Like we had some dragged down fights. Like this is going in. We're not writing the book no more. Forget it.
Yeah. You're done. Well, congratulations on this book. I cannot wait to get the second one. I'm going to be buying it. I will be texting you. I'll be texting you. I wish I would have read this during the pandemic because I would have had all 3 done.
I was very shocked how fast you read it. But again, we wrote it. I wanted to be kind of like that endless flow of, because I grew up watching like all my children want like to live with my mom.
Yeah.
And so I'm like a soap opera baby.
Yeah.
So I'm like, that's how I write is like, up a soap opera. Next scene, it goes to be like suspense, cliffhanger every scene or every end of chapter.
Yeah. And that's another thing I did like it, because you had, when Empress's story was coming in, each chapter or as you went on, you knew it was about Empress, and it kind of intertwined with the Nard when he was at Burger King and you were talking about him at Crystal's. And I just love the way they intertwined. I love that.
Thank you. Yeah. See, I told him. I knew people like that.
I figured that. 10s across the board.
Absolutely.
Yes.
10 across the board.
Yes.
Oh my God. No, so actually I happen to think of one other question about your reaction videos.
Okay.
I don't know if you'll want to answer this or not, but what was like the worst video you ever had to watch?
Oh, oh yes.
The worst one. Interesting. So, like, there have been some songs, and I react to so many songs now. There have been some songs where, like, I wasn't moved, and like to move me, like that's when I'm gonna throw up 10. So like that's why I call it fire bop, right?
Yeah, fire bop.
Everything has to be right. Like you come on the track, it like the way the artist comes on the track. Either they're coming on like a Streisand with some hums, they're running some riffs, or if it's a guy, maybe he's coming in like just straight hard, or if he's a Fuji. Like, okay. But I'm trying to think like the worst. I mean, I've seen like I've had like some boring songs. And I think those are kind of like the worst because I can't move. And not necessarily said that every fire bop has to be a dance song, because it's not true.
Yeah.
Ballads can be fire bops too, but it's just like my mind starts wandering. It's when you're in church, right? When you're in church, you're just supposed to be thinking about what the preacher's preaching.
Right.
My mind starts wandering.
Because when you were saying about like some slow songs, because then you have like, I would consider I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston, fire bop, 10 across the board.
I would too. I mean, again, like look, Whitney came on the track a cappella.
Yeah.
Okay, and hitting high note. So
We're naked. Yep.
Yep. So you have to hear Tim. We're gonna have to do a request for Tim. Tim does a rendition of a song called "Creep."
Oh,
okay.
And it is mind blowing. Talk about acting and having to get deep inside of yourself, belt it out like nobody's business. And we have to get that over to Empress.
Okay.
I want to react to it, Tim.
I will Patreon that one. Yeah. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Let's get to it, Tim. Yes, okay, I'll definitely want to react to that.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it.
Now, have you had? I always ask this question, and usually I get a good answer, I get a bad answer. Sometimes they don't answer. Have you had any bad celebrity encounters?
Oh.
Wow. So I kind of have.
Mike is in heaven right now.
Oh, I'm loving this.
So it was like I had like an internship, because at one point in time I thought like, I might want to do like news. So I had an internship at like the local news station, but it was like the prestigious news station, because each news station is kind of different. You have your prestigious one, then you have like your kind of trashy one.
Yeah.
So it was the prestigious one, and it was this news anchor there. I won't name her name, but she was just so like cold and mean, and like we would like have to bring her like the papers for the stories, right?
Yeah.
So,
the headlines and stuff.
Like,
I thought that was her job.
Yeah.
Interns, which way? Right up the bagels. So like, he would just be so nasty, like wouldn't even look up, nothing. And so one of the guys actually pulled me aside, and he was like, don't mind her. Basically, she's jealous. And I'm like, jealous of what? Like, she's sitting here in this newscast. He's like, the problem is, you guys are coming in, and to her, you guys
Yeah.
are competition because you could take her job.
Exactly. Makes sense.
Yeah, that's very insecure. Yeah.
Yeah.
You, because it's like you are established, like you're like an icon. There's no reason for you to be like petty
Right.
like this.
But
Yeah,
it's amazing how somebody that high up could still have those insecurities, you know? 'Cause anybody
Right?
could come in. Empress could come in from crystals.
Yes.
Hello. But Empress, we adore you.
Yay.
We're hoping you stick around just for 2 segments. We got 2 more segments. We hope you stick around for them. It's just we play a little game, and one of the games is called "What is Empress Thinking?"
Ooh.
So, do you want to explain it, Tim, or would you rather I?
Oh, I can explain. So what we're going to do is we'll ask you 2 things. Like we'll say hot or cold, and don't answer. And then Ike and I will write down what we think your answer will be.
Okay.
Like, okay, hot or cold. Do you want to? Okay, we'll wait till Ike writes his answer down.
So you tell us.
And now you tell us hot or cold.
What would you say?
Hot.
Hot.
So we keep score. We keep score.
Yeah.
So right now we're tied because I'm not going to lose that point. Next question. Sheena Easton or Olivia Newton-John?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, ready?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this might as well be a freebie. You guys already know. ONJ.
Olivia and Jay. Oh!
I hear it.
Fine. Then we'll get that one. Okay. Patti LaBelle or Aretha Franklin?
Oh. Wow.
Good?
Yep, let's go.
You go. Tell us.
Patty.
Oh, I had Aretha.
I don't really know
Sorry,
Aretha like
Tim.
that.
Oh, yeah, you got to check Aretha out. She's another one.
I know about
Okay.
patty pies.
Oh,
Right.
sweet potato pies are so good. Okay. Ski vacation or beach vacation?
Okay.
Like we're on Match Game.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Bring out your wax. We're going to the beach.
Yes, bitch.
Yes. As a matter of fact, I just uploaded my reaction to Madonna's Chairs video.
Oh, I saw that. In the
Yeah.
black and white and the yes.
Yeah. On the beach. She was
Wow,
looking good.
nice.
Yep, I saw that one.
All right, one more. Haagen-Dazs or Ben and Jerry's?
Ooh. I actually had this conversation like yesterday.
I don't even think I spelled it right.
All right. Go with Haagen-Dazs.
Oh, really? I had Ben and Jerry.
No.
Well, I hate to say this, Tim. I won that one.
Oh, you bitch.
Yeah.
You going to Chairs for Ike?
Oh, I got that. Yes, Tim. Right? We usually get some questions and advice sent into us, and we like to help everybody out and give us some thought to what everybody asked for, like as far as help. So we have one question that actually came for you, and it was from Janine from Rochester, New York. Would you ever make your book into a film?
Hey, Denise. Yeah, good question, Denise. So I wouldn't necessarily want to make it to a film because, and Ike, let me know what you think. And Tim, you read some parts of the book, so you can let me know too. I would rather it be like an Apple or Netflix series. I think it has potential to be a series and not a movie. because the chapters are just so like episode. How you pronounce it? Episodic.
Yeah,
they're so like
mini-series.
episodic. Yeah, I think
it is a series, which is great because you could break it down to 3 with a cliffhanger. And
I was going to say with your cliffhangers.
Yep.
Yeah, but I would definitely love that because I think for me, series wise, because I feel like it could be a great show for like the youth, especially teenagers can relate to it. And even just, older people who have been there, done that,
Right. Yeah.
can relate to it as well.
Yeah, because you have those characters in the book too, that can relate, giving advice and trying to help out and do the right thing. So yeah, I think a miniseries would be amazing.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea.
I guess I'd have to play the role of Empress.
There we go.
So we have some advice. This one is, so I've been with my boyfriend for 4 years. I'm 32. He's 50. Sometimes I get really bored because he doesn't like to do anything I like to do. Should I stay in this relationship or try to get him to go out and party with me?
Questions. Number one, like, do you love him? Like, what is the situation? You know what I mean? Like, are you really like in love with this guy, or is he like just having money?
Yeah,
that's my number one question. Because if you don't love him, I would say like leave him now. I mean, like he's just gonna be boring, unfortunately, because he's lived half his life literally.
Right? Yeah. Seriously. Yeah. Yeah.
So he's just like, who cares about Drake and going to a Cardi B concert?
Yeah.
Well, that's my concern because right away she looks like she just wants to party.
Yeah,
so that might be a negative right there. But 4 years already, damn. So she was.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Do you love this guy? Because that's like best kid.
Yeah. She was 28, so she was 28, and he was 46 when they met. So he really wasn't old. You know what I mean?
I mean, he better be a snack.
Yeah.
But dry snack at this point.
Yeah, but my thing is nobody can tell you what to do. You have to figure it out by yourself. But Empress's advice was perfect. If you don't love him, don't stay. Go be you, let him be him. And
absolutely. And that kind of reminds me of a good song I reacted to. It was by Ashford Simpson, "Solid as a Rock."
God, yes.
Like that song goes hard, but it reminds me. Like they had some lyrics like, "And for love's sake, each mistake we forgave." And I mean, like that's love though, because to your point, Tim, if you love somebody, then you can, I can deal with the boredom of him.
Right, yeah.
But you also got to understand, too, you can't change people, especially, unfortunately, somebody that's older, because they are set in their ways. He want to be in bed by 8. He want to be in bed by 8.
My question is, do you find his American Express boring? That's what I want to know.
Hold on, what was that question? American Express?
I want to know does she find his American Express boring?
She better not know for you. It better be the most funnest thing ever.
Right?
How do you think she's going out partying all the time?
Yeah, exactly.
American Express card.
You gotta think twice. Yeah. No. Right. We have time for one more. I'm trying to pick out of the two of them. Oh my God, they're both good. Can
we do both?
Just real quick, knock them off.
I've been dating this guy that I met on a sleazy dating app. We reached the point where we want to introduce each other to friends and family. Should I lie to my family about how we met or keep it real with them? Help.
Always got to keep it real. Just keep it real. Own it.
Yeah.
Own it.
I agree. That would be the first thing I would say, just to shock the family.
I want to know what dating app it was.
Yeah,
I want to know.
I'm looking for somebody.
Right? Yeah. He's a firebop. Right?
Taylor across the board.
Yeah. Oh my God, right? I can't. I'm a single widow of 2 kids. Aw. I haven't been dating at all, but I'm ready to go out and meet someone. How long should I date someone before I'm ready for them to meet my kids?
Oh goodness.
That's a tough one,
Yeah.
right? Because kids, like, hey, nobody's gonna replace mom,
Right.
And especially depending on how old they are.
I was going to say, it depends on how old the
Yeah.
children are. Are they
Right.
grown? Are they 10? Are they 15? Those are all different.
Stages.
Questions.
Yeah.
Uh,
I would say only if you are like for real about this woman.
Yeah.
and
Don't waste the
comfortable.
kids' time. Yeah, don't waste the kids' time.
That's always the one thing too, because when you get into a relationship with kids, you always want to make sure, is this the one I really want to introduce my kids to? You know, sometimes. But did you ever watch Dirty John on Lifetime?
Oh, that's the story with the guy who was like crazy. He did a whole switch up.
Yep. And he was kind of taking the guy's side that she just met over her adult kids, which is insane.
Tripping.
So that's another thing. Like, you don't know who they're dating. Do you really want to introduce them to your kids?
Right.
Oh my God. This was so much fun.
Yeah.
I am totally so happy. Tim, I know you were waiting for this too. You're just
Absolutely. I absolutely adore you. This was so fun. So fun. And you were so amazing. You just keep being your authentic self. It worked for you.
Amen. Amen. And I'll be joining Patreon, and I'm going to start sending over some reactions.
All right, I guess bring them on. Let them be fire, please. Bring the firebox.
Yes, and we're going to be putting all your information, your Patreon, your YouTube, your Insta, where you could buy all your amazing clothes. Everything's going to be in and on the board, so everyone could go visit Empress anywhere you can. Thank you, Empress. We love you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. This is so much fun, guys.
Yeah, and this is where we wave goodbye.
Yay!
Bye.
10 across the board.
Yeah.